Good afternoon. I'm about to make a bunch of cards and I thought, well, maybe someone else this Saturday afternoon might want to craft and want a little bit of an idea. I'm making some cards to send to my new team members who are joining this month with this awesome, fantastic, wonderful joining promotion where you received in colour inks and paper as part of the starter kit. Contact me if you want to find out more information. It's really great. Or have a look on my website. Really, really great. Anyway, so I always send my new team members a card to welcome them to the team. And this is the one I had used for a while, and I made a whole bunch of these when this paper was around a few years ago. And so today I'm using Texture Chick, which is one of the new papers in our new annual catalogue. And thought, oh, well, seeing I'm working, I may as well share it with you while I'm going. So I've started cutting out all of my bits and bobs. Here are my card bases. I'll just pop them over there and start with one. I'm using mint macaron. And then this lovely texture. I'll just put all this stuff all over the place here. This lovely Texture Chick paper. Now, this is, so I've got my normal card base, standard card size, which for us is metric. I've made my card 14.5 centimetres by 21, folded in half by 10.5. And then I've got this lovely Texture Chick paper on the gold foil side, and it's 14 by 10 centimetres. And I've also got a piece of mint macaron that's 14 by 10. And this is going to go on top of this to create this double framed layer. What I'm using are the rectangles dies, which have a bunch of different sizes of rectangles dies, and they have stitching on both sides of the cutting line, so that when you cut them out, you end up with stitching on that piece and the other piece. So I've cut out, here we go, here's one I can show you. Cut out from my front panel, gee, can you see that with the same colour background? Using two dies together. So one there and one on the inside. Just putting them in the centre of the paper, run it through and cut them out together, which ends up with a lovely frame, which I'm using on the inside of the card, and an extra piece of paper that I can use for another project. And then after I've done that, then I'll put some adhesive around my frame here and stick that, because it's exactly the same size as the mint macaron, so just line that up. And with that piece on there, then back to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I will die cut that piece there and end up with my frame with a frame inside a frame, ready to go. Okay, so that's for the front of the card. There's all the extra little pieces that I can use for other projects. Alright, so now for my card I will need, I've got two pieces of white which are slightly smaller than the frame, one for the front and one for the inside of my card, and I'll do some stamping on those. And I'm using a stamp set that is great, that we demonstrators are able to get, called the Statement of the Heart, which shares the amazing Stampin' Up! Statement of the Heart, which says to love what we do, share what we love as we share, help others, enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments. In this we make a difference. And it's got this lovely mixture of fonts. So I'll just stamp that onto, using mint macaron ink, the same as my card base, onto the centre of my white piece here. And then, while I've got my ink out, I'll stamp on the inside of my card. That side's looking a bit cleaner maybe. Welcome to the team, which comes from another stamp set that is available to demonstrators to use for all sorts of fun cards to share with our team members. Okay, so that's my stamping done. Now to create my frame, I'm going to flip over my card and pop some dimensionals quite close to the border there, and a couple extra on the outside. There we are. Peel the backs off all of those. And before I stick it onto my card, just to make sure that I've got my stamping in exactly the right place, I'll just line that up there, and then put my seal onto the white piece and put this on. I need to get new blades for my trimmer. Some of the paper's a little bit, tiny bit furry. Okay, with my Petal Pink stamping blend, I'm just going to colour my little heart there, which is close to the colour of the paper. And I will also add a little bit of Wink of Stella, because that's important to have a bit of sparkle. Sparkling heart. Alright, and then I'll stick my stamped panel for the inside of the card here, and with this frame that I cut out of the front of the paper, I'll just add a bit of liquid, just a tiny dot to my frame there, and stick that around there. And then the finishing touch I've used, because I'm using the Texture and Chick paper, using these fun chick dies. A whole bunch, there's 19 dies in these, including shells and snowflakes. I've used 2 of the flowers in these dies. Lovely leaves. And some scraps of foil. And I'm going to just pop a bit of seal on the back of my flower there. Pop that in the corner here, and with my piece that's popped out, just use my putty tip edge to stick that in. Okay, and then for the front of my card, another flower already cut out for my dies. Just fold that, pop that there, and to finish off, a couple of champagne rhinestones. Just thrown onto the card. I'll put that one there. There we go. Okay. I just mainly wanted to show you how I did the frame detail. Isn't that a fun way to do it? Bye bye now.